Good morning and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, May 9th, and on the road down in southeast lower Michigan, so not quite some of the graphics you're used to. Actually, temperatures out there this morning are, again, pretty chilly in the upper 20s to low 30s, the exception of southeast lower Michigan in the mid 30s, but much of the area is seeing lots of frost out there this morning. And if we go to the next slide, you can see that the soil temperatures, and we do have you notice we got marlets up and running now, and you can see again the soil temperature is still quite chilly out there, mainly in the 40s at all the depths, some of the deepest depths, Breckenridge, and if we can slide this map down so we can actually show Blissfield in there in the low 50s there at some of the deeper levels. And if we take a look at the radar out there this morning, you can see some of that activity that is moving from south or northwest to southeast. And again, much of this will stay away from the state of Michigan here most of this week. In fact, we expect if we get any precipitation, it's going to be around a tenth to maybe a quarter of an inch in some areas, maybe a little bit more than in far southwest lower Michigan where they may get caught with a few heavier showers. But again, for the most part, much of the state's going to be high and dry this week overall. If we look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, and you can see warm to much warmer conditions are going to develop. Now, this doesn't tell you how warm. It just gives you the percentages of it being at least a little bit above normal. But I think we're going to see a trough out west and a ridge in the east, and I think that'll mean for temperatures well above normal, and we'll see precipitation begin to return in a more normal fashion or even above once we get in towards the middle and end of next week. If we look at the weather map this morning, you can see the low pressure system, and let's see if we can't slide that down and show a little more. Sorry about that. Again, our low pressure system across parts of the Corn Belt is going to be sliding. We'll have a number of waves that will continue to move from northwest to southeast, bringing precipitation to much of that area. And if we look at the forecast map by tomorrow, again, apologize for some of these graphics. Another series of low pressure systems is going to be coming through. Looks like this could be one of the warmer days that we could see temperatures well into the 60s to around 70 on Wednesday ahead of this front, and then the front will come through and that'll settle us back into the low 60s as we get into the end of the week, into the weekend. And then finally, if we look at the forecast map as we get into, this would be for the day on Thursday, you can see again more low pressure systems continue to track along that same area, and for the most part this will be our best chance of showers as we get into Thursday, again as this low pressure system and a weak low cold front will come through, and that'll just again continue to bring our temperatures a little bit below normal, around 60 to the low 60s. As far as how much precipitation we might expect over the next 7 days, you can see the lion's share of the precipitation is going to be from the Central Plains into the Ohio, Tennessee valleys and into the mid-Atlantic states up into New England. Meanwhile, much of the Great Lakes will see less than a quarter of an inch, maybe a quarter to a half inch, a quarter to 3 or 4 tenths across the southern and southwestern part of the state. Looks like the best bet. But again, the lion's share of the precipitation is going to be off to our south. This should allow plenty of planning to go on here over the next 7 days. Thanks for stopping by and have yourself a great day, and we'll be back tomorrow with a full report and 73s to all.